Hey everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today, August 5th, 2019, taking a look at Vechain tokenomics. Yes, this is a no BS viewing, not a remote viewing, but just a look at the tokenomics, how I see it. We're going to go a little bit into economics, okay guys? So don't be scared. But the reason for this is because if you're watching this channel, you're probably a shark. And sharks see clearly. Yes, they see clear, not just what they want to see. So we're taking a hard look at the tokenomics of Vechain and Vechain VTHO. Also, we're taking a look at Bitcoin. What is going on with Bitcoin? Okay, so first off, this is not financial advice, just my opinion. Okay? And let's get to it, shall we? Let's go take a look at Bitcoin first because that's in the news. And let's go look at its chartorama here. This is over on TradingView. Bitcoin, BTC USD on Bitfinex. This is the 4-hour chart here, guys. And if we take a look at this chart, I gotta get a subscription. Okay, take a look at this chart. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of this stuff marked up. And this is Wyckoff stuff, Wyckoff. So look up Richard D. Wyckoff, W-Y-C-K-O-F-F. It will change your world. And yeah, I am currently creating tutorial series on this. Anyway, if we go back here in this time frame, which is, May time, right? Where it was kind of going flat. It went flat for a while, and then all of a sudden, zoop, it bumped up, and then we got our buying climax here right around June 26, right? And we've done nothing but kind of fall from that climax, okay? Yeah, we've gone up a bit. So take a look at that pattern there, how it's like a big old step, okay? We had a little volatility, but basically flat. Increase. Little volatility, but basically flat. What do you think's coming next? Anyway, in a previous video that I did, which one was it? It was Pigs, Crops, Rates, and Crypto, a Perfect Storm. Watch this video. Why? Why? Well, in that video, I put down a target. And can you see, I'll scroll in, and can you see, well, let's go back and look at the date of that. July 28th. So where's July 28th on here? It is right there. Okay, right at this little big, right after this big drop here. Okay, this one here. And I called that bullish. And I said, okay, well, this is where I think it's going to go. Can you see my little line where I think it's going to go? I'm not talking about this one. Let's scroll in further. Did I lose it? Okay, it's right there. You see that? That is right where I put it. And it looks like, hey, that fits right in, doesn't it? And so I put this line in right there when we were over here because I was thinking it's going to come up and I was looking for it to come within the top 25% of this actual line. And sure enough, it did on the close here. Boom. Actually about the top 10%. So hey, I was within that region. Awesome. And then I was thinking, hey, it's going to go up and test these upper areas here. Now if we can get to this area here, which in my opinion, the way I have it, is the lower part. This is actually non-Wyckovian practice. This is like crypto trends practice. Is on the preliminary supply, which I marked as this area here, this PSY, how it's marked up. I like to draw lines at the top and bottom of that. And so if we extend this over, you can see that, which is, let's call it, it's close enough to 12, okay? So right now it got rejected at, well, 11.9 on this particular one, on this particular chart. So that's pretty close. This is actually showing a line of resistance, the starting of the preliminary support. Now I have my reasons for that. I'm going into them in the in my tutorials and stuff like that. But anyway, that's what I do, and sure enough, it bounced off of that. But I am looking for it. If it does come up, sometimes you can actually have a like a ghost. Let me copy this here. I'm just bringing this line down. Sometimes you could have something like a ghost where it mimics the same thing, but it's just a lower. Okay, but if this comes here and it continues, but it just does like a little bounce, like right around here, and I'm looking at this close on this guy here. I'm looking at this close. If it comes down here and does a bounce, boom, that's a really, really bullish sign, because what's going on here is if we take a look at this, yeah, we're in distribution here at this area of distribution, okay? We could tell that because of the large sell-offs, lots of red, how much red there is going on. You know, things are getting sold off, okay? It's being distributed. That's what happens when people sell, right? But then on the flip side, on the flip side, for every seller, there's a buyer. And the general trend was, yeah, down until around we had this really bullish, which was a wicked, basically, its purpose was to liquidate people. So it was a really bullish liquidation, i.e. stop hunt, that went on. Whammo, as soon as that happened, woo, took off. And in addition to that, what we're looking at is that, yeah, decreased volume and stuff like that. So we have increased volume here up into high levels. Yeah. Is it going to go way up here and touch the BC? Well, what do we have going on? We have going on what is in that other video on the perfect storm. We have the crops, pigs, and what was that? Crops, pig rates, i.e. interest rates in crypto, Hong Kong, etc. Plus we've had the crops that got into crop failures and stuff, which lo and behold also into trade, right? And now we just saw trade have a little problem with the Trumpster, where, not a problem, but it's like basically China said, hey, we're not going to buy any agriculture from the US, even though they said they would. That's real nice. And that's how they operate sometimes. So it just is what it is. Don't freak out, guys. It's smoke and mirrors. It's like negotiation. You say, okay, well, I'll buy that for 1,000 Bitcoin, and the seller says no, 2,000, and then you make a counter offer. Okay, how about somewhere in between, right? And then they haggle over the price, okay? Because the guy comes back with 2,000 and you're not scared. It's part of finding a common ground. I call it smoke and mirrors, okay? So that's what they're doing with this trade stuff. They're trying to find smoke and mirrors. But a lot of people are getting scared. They're buying this. This is in my opinion, the yuan crashed today. It crashed early this morning, and it went below 7. So if you know what that is, hey, do research on it. Went below 7. I think it's 6.8, 6.9, somewhere around there. That's a really big deal for China. Also, yeah, we talked about how China was in not such great terms economically. Anyway, watch my prior videos, okay? You'll get a lot of tips. That's the base thing. Is this thing going to skyrocket here? It just depends on how much FOMO that they put into the Chinese to get them scared that they're going to confiscate their money, or their currency is going to crash even more. Okay, so this is FOMO stuff from Asia, as I alluded to in the previous videos. Give it a watch. Pigs, crops, rates, and crypto, perfect storm. Hey, imagine that. So we'll see. So with that put together, this thing could go up. And where's my target here, just to show you? So I do have a preliminary target here of around 16. This is kind of like a danger zone if it hits it this close. But afterwards, towards the end of the year, ooh, look at that nice box up here. And that's about 35, 36 is where it starts. Okay? And that's not until around, gosh, that's around the end of the year. Okay, we'll see. Don't bank on it. Okay, don't bank on it. It's not financial advice. I mean, my gosh, I've been wrong before. We didn't come down and hit this box yet, which is a really good thing. Really good thing. Okay, so that is Bitcoin. Where's it gonna go? Hopefully not here. Okay, if it hits here, that is like danger zone for me. Big time danger zone. I do not want it to hit. I don't want it to go below this white line here, which is at the 9,000. Anyway, so that's that. Okay, let me put this bad thing on auto. What has Vechain been doing? We're going to be taking a hard look at Vechain, but let's go take a look at Vechain versus BTC. Taking a dump. Okay, it's been taking a dump. If we go here, let's say to the day. This is versus BTC on Bittrex. Huh. Up and down, right? Excuse me, that's VETBTC. There it is. Huh. Kind of looked familiar, but it didn't look familiar. You know what I mean? Okay, so this thing's just been taken up and down, and then wicked dump, right? Just wicked dump. Part of the reason here is because BTC is going up, and the market as a whole, okay, the market as a whole has patterns similar to this, where it's just taken a beeline dump down, okay? It's just taken a beeline dump down in the alts like that, okay? That's what's happening. What is causing that? What is coming up? Binance is closing its doors to the US, isn't it? And then it's going to have a Binance.us or whatever it's going to be, right? And what coins are going to be on that exchange for the US? Not all of them, okay? Anyway, to me, it looks like Binance, I can't substantiate this whatsoever, okay? Take it as you will. But it looks like Binance is dumping all coins because the U.S. market for a lot of them are going away for as far as regards to Binance. Now, Vechain has OceanX, which is a wonderful exchange, oceanx.pro. Go check it out. Yes, U.S. people can get on there, okay? You just can't KYC. But if you're not pulling off, more than a Bitcoin a day, I mean, it's good, okay? They have a 10K limit you can pull off non-KYC. Nevertheless, Vechain, its price right now, has been going down pretty much since the token swap. Since you got exchange from VEN, VEN, to VET, okay? Yeah, a lot of people thought the value dropped by 99% in one day because of that. And that's just, those are, I don't know what you call those people, but there are a lot of them, okay? Anyway, but nevertheless, it's just been tanking, okay? This thing has been tanking, which is good. It's going down into a nice deep, as far as a shark perspective. Let me get some coffee here. I can't even say perspective. As far as from a shark perspective, this is going down nicely, okay? This is going down nice, and it's having a nice sharp decrease. So we're keeping an eye on this because it's starting to get interesting, okay? It's 45 sats. 45 sats. A lot of people are, a lot of blood in the streets, and that's what sharks eat. Anyway, okay, so that's VET. So keep your eye on Vechain. Starting to look interesting. Real interesting. That's just my perspective. Let me go check, see if people are on the chats. Yeah, hey, there's Mega. How's it going? Crash Monkeys. Hey, boom. All right, so let's go take a look and look at Vechain, okay? Tokenomics, this is no BS, okay? The reason I'm doing this is because I'm reading a lot of stuff, and it's like people just don't understand. So we're going to cover this. Here's a quote I found in an article, okay? It says an increase in VTHO, generation rate will result in VET holders earning more VTHO, yeah, which will increase their fiat USD earnings. Okay, so by having more VTHO, you're going to get more USD earnings. Okay, so that's the thing. This is what people think. Oh, I'm going to hold on to a bunch of VTHO. I'm going to hold on to a bunch of VTHO. I'm going to be a hodler. I'm going to holler. It's going to $100, right? It's going to $1,000. It's going to the moon. Okay. Well, first off, let's cover some basic economics. Okay, this is economics 101. First, let's assume that this little line here is an increase. Okay, upslope. An increase in supply and a given constant demand results in a decrease in price. Okay, so you have an increase in supply. Hey, we have tens of gazillions of people want to sell. Here, sell. I want you to sell. That's going to make the price dump. Okay, an increase in supply with pretty much constant demand decreases the price, okay? Because there is not an increase in demand to hold the price steady. And what happens? The price will come down until the supply meets the demand. That's what price is the intersection between the two lines, between the supply line and the demand line. That intersection, bingo, is price. Okay? So, an increase in supply, constant demand, is a dump in price. Increase in demand, where people FOMO with the same amount of supply, moves the price up. This is what everybody likes, right? They like this, okay? Love that. Increase in price. So just looking at an increase in price, that can be an increase in price decreases demand while increasing supply. Did you know that one? So you have an increased price, okay? So not that many people are willing to buy at that level, right? But then there's going to be more sellers out there that come. Hey, I'll sell it for that price, okay? People often think of them with just 1 and 2. When you think of it in the reverse, hey, it gives you a little bit of more light. That's what I put it this way. Okay? So the price goes up. Demand dumps. Except for FOMO. Except for FOMO. FOMO demand increases. Okay? It is anti-economics. Okay, that way. Very odd. But this is an exception for FOMO. But for the most part, for classical economics, an increase in price creates an increase in demand with an increase in supply. Okay, they're finding equilibrium. Okay, so as far as supply goes here, so SG, supply generation rate per day. So if the supply generation is greater than the supply required, the SR, that results in a decrease in price. So in other words, you're generating more than you require. Okay, so you're having a surplus. Think of this as in like manufacturing, creating whatever, little screws or nails or something like that. Okay, and so you're generating all these things, and there's only going to be so many buyers that want them. They ship it out, and so you're going to start accumulating and creating a surplus. All right, so you're going to have a backlog of these things. Don't want that. That's why they came up with just-in-time inventory, JIT, so people could reduce their expenses on the books that they're holding in inventory. Anyway, so this is SG. The supply that's generated, the amount manufactured, whatever you want to call it, is greater than that's required or demanded or purchased. Okay, and when that's the case, usually the price dumps because they want to get rid of it. Okay, they want to get rid of it. They want some money for what they did. Okay, and so that will go. The price will continue to dump until you have, the required daily, just like I said there. Okay, so for companies, company VTHO, a company that has VTHO, that has VEN, it generates VTHO, right? Okay, So instead of S here for supply, I just put a C here for company. Okay, so think of a company as generation amount, that it generated the amount of VTHO is less than the amount that is required for it to post to the database, okay? To post to the blockchain. So it generates less. It doesn't have, maybe it's not an authority node, where an authority node could handle it. But in other words, this company, it has some VET and stuff like some Vechain VET out there, and the thing is, it doesn't have enough VET to generate the VTHO required. Okay, so what does it have to do? It's going to have to buy the VTHO, right? It's going to have to buy the VTHO. It's going to do that on the open market. Okay, and when this happens, if it buys it on the market, it's going to make the VTHO price increase. Okay, yeah, that's what everybody wants, right? Yay. Okay, we get that. 2, this one kind of sucks. It buys VTHO from the foundation or OTC. No increase, decrease in price. We don't even know about it. It's a ghost. Okay, this one sucks, but it happens. Now, when you're buying it here, when you're actually buying VTHO and stuff like that, as far as the company is concerned, this is a good practice for periodic spikes in production, along with a low probability of the requirements, the spikes of these requirements, the spikes to reoccur. Okay, so you're saying, okay, well, this is just this is a 1 or 2 time thing. It might happen once or twice in the future, but it's really low probability. We're not going to see a huge increase in production where all of a sudden we're going to need, where this is going to be happening all the time. Okay, if it does happen all the time, then what happens is that VTHO becomes expensive. Okay, buying it on the open market. So what they're going to want to do, they're going to look for a longer term solution, which would, one, be this number 3 here, buy VET on the open market. Yay! This is what everybody wants. Because why? Because Vechain's price will increase. Okay, VTHO's price will pretty much remain constant. Okay, so VTHO constant. Vechain price, though, however, will increase. This is what everybody wants. Why do they buy Vechain? Well, so they can generate more VTHO, of course. Okay, so here's another part of the long term is just to buy it on the OTC. VTHO and Vechain's price remain constant. Okay, it's just no effect. This one sucks as well. So buying from the foundation or buying OTC, which will happen. Why? Because the companies will select the least expensive or most convenient route. Okay, that's pretty much it. That's a no-brainer. That's what they'll do. Okay. Also, they'll buy only if the cost of VET to generate the required VTHO over the projected period is less than the direct purchase of VET. Okay. Yeah, that's basically what they're doing here. Now, if they're generating more than what's required, it's basically the reverse of above. And they could actually be selling their excess VTHO on the open market, or they could be selling at OTC. Cool. So they could be generating a little bit of money from that, or just hold it in reserves to accommodate for spikes in production in the future. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so with production, let's see what I'm reading here. Yeah, if production generation costs or acquisition costs of VTHO exceed viable usage expense of blockchain, then sell all the VET and VTHO. Okay, you guys got to keep this in mind. Okay, if it costs too much to generate in other words, you have to hold a huge chunk of VET to generate the amount of VTHO that you need, or you have to buy it. Okay, and the costs exceed the viable usage of writing to the blockchain. In other words, it just costs too much for storing data on the blockchain. You're not seeing the value. You're not getting value from other avenues and stuff like that. In other words, blockchain is not for you. Okay? Those companies are going to sell all their VET and VTHOR. Whammo, it's gone. It's over. They tried it. Yeah, okay, fine. Why is this important here? This is important because of a little coin called Ethereum, right? This Ethereum, great concept and stuff like that in many ways. Sucks in many ways. Nevertheless, it's grandfather of Vechain. We thank them for their endeavors. But the gas price for Ethereum is way, way, way too expensive for a viable, for it to be viable on a cost basis wise for a company. Okay, it costs way too much, and that's just looking at a cost basis. And yeah, they're trying to get the price to come down or whatever. Good luck to them. But in the past, this was one of the things why Vechain came about, is because, you know, if Ethereum keeps on going up in price, the gas price is just going to keep on going up, and there's not a way for them to bump it down to stabilize the price. It's just going to keep on basically going up. Okay, hence the birth of VTHOR, the two-chain blockchain, right? You have VET and VTHOR. Now with VTHOR, you can increase it has mechanisms where you can increase the generation rate or the cost per transaction. Okay, I have that down here. The mechanisms to affect supply. You have generation rate or the cost per transaction. Okay. So this is really interesting stuff here. Another thing that you can do is you can alter the availability that the foundation offers. In other words, they're going to say, hey guys, we're not going to sell you any more VTHOR. We're not going to sell you any more VET. Go buy it on the open market. Yeah. We're not quite there yet because Vechain still needs to grow. Okay, so don't expect that to happen for a little while. Anyway, so this is what they can do to help control VTHOR. Okay, let's go ahead and read this little one. I was just taking notes to myself. I thought, hey, go ahead and get on board and do this video. Right here. If demand increases to such an extent the price exceeds acceptable transaction expense, then the mechanism will be used to ensure adequate margins for the short to mid-term future, i.e. price stabilization of VTHOR through increased supply. And the mechanism, this is how they increase the supply, with the generation rate or the cost per transaction. Okay, cost yeah. Okay. This one is actually doing supply. This one is saying, hey, you need less supply. Okay, so this one's actually affecting demand for the most part, and quasi-demand. What does this all boil down to? We have, if it costs too much in VTHOR, if VTHOR costs too much, companies aren't going to use it. Okay, they're not going to use it. Then what's going to happen? What are they going to do first? They're going to give the foundation or whoever a call, their rep a call, and they're going to say, guys, I love Vechain, but it just costs too much for me to use. It doesn't make business sense. Whoo! Okay. Let's do one of our mechanisms here. Let's increase the generation rate, or let's lower the cost per transaction. Either one of those two slams the price of VTHOR down. Okay, it slams it down hard. An increase in the generation rate means an increase in supply. An increase in supply up here, what does it do? Decreases price. Plain and simple, that's all it does. Okay, you reduce the amount required per transaction. That means they don't have to buy any. They don't have to buy as much. So the demand basically for it is decreased. Okay, a decrease in demand decreases the price. That's all there is to it. Okay, so that's it. price increases too much, it's going to get slammed down into an acceptable range that makes business sense. In other words, guys, VTHO is designed as, in my opinion, as a currency where it is stable. VTHO is stable. It is a stable coin. It is a wonderful stable coin. And can it spike up and down? Yeah. Do they want to do these things? Not really. They will if they have to. But for the most part, they want it to be stable. Okay? In other words, don't hodl this thing. Don't hodl. What happens if you hodl this thing? That's going to decrease basically available supply, right? And so it's going to increase the price. Increase in price means that companies that are on Vechain are going to complain about the generation rate. And then what happens? The generation rate or the cost per transactions. Then what happens? The best thing is where Vechain will implement their mechanisms, one of the two, whatever they decide is best, and to slam the price back down. Okay? The worst thing that could happen is that the companies leave and they're off of the Vechain platform forever. We do not want that. We do not want that. We want them to implement these two ways to generate the supply and demand, whatever one they choose fit, and that brings down the price. Hence, it is stable. So if you're hodling, what you are doing is you are actually increasing the future instability of VTHO. You are increasing the chances of Vechain having to implement their mechanisms to affect supply and demand here. That's all there is. Okay? In other words, sell your VTHO and buy Vechain. Buy VET. Okay? Buy Player. Buy whatever. Sell it. It's meant to be sold. It's meant to be used. It's meant to be used. If you hold on to it and you think it's going to be $10, $20, $100, guess what? That will affect the cost. That will affect the cost, the price, because they'll have to implement their mechanisms, and then that is going to slam down the price, and all of a sudden you can see a 50-80% drop in a matter of a few seconds, right? Wham! There it goes. So much for hodling. Okay? Vechain, on the other hand, hey, I hodl the hell of it. VTHO, I sell that puppy like a hot potato, man. That's me. And I'm telling you why you should do that too. Because you don't do it... yeah, you might hold on to it for like 3 months or whatever, okay? But the longer time you hold on to it, the more you're seeing an increase in your price, right? Assuming that it increases in price. And you're thinking, oh, let's get greedy. We're going to get rich off of it. They're going to have to implement. The more they have to, the greater the chances of them are to implement one of their mechanisms to affect the price. Okay? Because they have to. Whammo, bammo. Price gets slammed. You're stuck holding the bag, basically. Don't be that guy. It is a stable coin that is meant to be used. That's all there is to it. Okay? It is meant to be stable so they don't run into the problem with Ethereum gas to where the transactions amount are so high that the companies cannot use it. It becomes worthless then, right? Vechain is a cryptocurrency, i.e. platform that is meant to be used and used a lot. It's like a Ferrari. You go buy a Ferrari. You're just going to keep it in your garage? No. Well, some people do. They hodl it. But, you buy a Ferrari, you drive it, and that's not even good enough. You have to drive it hard, man. You drive it to the edge. Otherwise, why get a Ferrari? Go get a, I don't know, go get a Lambo or something. But Ferraris are meant to be driven hard. Pushed to the edge, man. Anyway, so the whole thing on tokenomics, you see things like, yeah, you're gonna. The more VTHO you're going to have, the more it's going to increase your fiat earnings. No, the more it's going to increase, the longer you hold it, the more it's going to increase a drop in your fiat holdings, because VeChain is going to have to implement one of these mechanisms to accommodate for the price. Okay, it's a huge misconception out there. Really bugs me that people are falling for it. I don't know if they're falling for it. That's not. I can't quite. How would one say? Don't see it, I guess. Okay. They just don't see it. So hence this video. Hopefully this helped you guys out. Now as far as VeChain goes, its price stinks. Okay. But how do we get this like number 1, or how do we get this number 3? This is what we really want. This number 3, buy VET on the open market. How does that increase? Because that increases the price. It's the partnerships, guys. It's the partnerships. Okay? It's not. It's the partnerships coming in and buying the VET. Okay? That's the big deal. That's where the value comes from. VTHO, yeah, you're going to get more VTHO and stuff, which is awesome and great. I wouldn't hodl it, man. Hodl it for a bit. But don't think, oh yeah, I'm going to hang on to all my VTHO for 10 years. No, you do that with VET if you're into hodling. I explained it why. Anyway, guys, put your comments below. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree? And just don't put, oh yeah, whatever, VeChain is a scam. Because it is a scam, and I want you guys to say, absolutely, it is a scam. Why is VeChain a scam? It's because it is a solid company with awesome management. So yeah. Next time you see somebody put a post in that says VeChain is a scam, agree with them and put that in. Solid company, awesome management. There you go. Anyway, guys, that's it. Like, subscribe, get notified. I'm going to go say hi to people on the chats real quick and then take off because it's like one of those days. Hey, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Mega. Appreciate the comment there. Seal it up some garage soffits, huh? Right on. Okay, so JB asks, is VForge a good place for VET? Best place to keep for staking? That's up to you. If you want to keep it there, I mean, just holding on to VeChain itself. I mean, you're generating VTHO, right? So you can keep it on a ledger. You can keep it wherever. Just do your research on that, okay? I really don't recommend places where you should keep it. Don't keep it on Binance. That is one thing for sure. Don't keep it on Binance. Get it off of there ASAP. Because we just looked at BTC price and Binance is bailing. They are like, it's like an exit scam for Binance where they're selling the alts. Okay, where they're selling the alts overall, they're buying Bitcoin. You have that in addition to some trade stuff and scared people in Asia. So with Hong Kong and China and stuff like that, that's increasing the price. Okay, doesn't look like it's a big huge deal, but I think it's mainly Binance that's dumping the cryptos for Bitcoin. That's what's causing the general up price because of his huge hit from like Hong Kong and stuff. We would have been well past 15K right now, easy. So as far as where you keep it, I don't care, just not on Binance. So Robert Heath, VeChain is poised to take the gold at the 2020 Summer Olympics with its partnership with NTT Docomo 5G network. Absolutely, man. That's that I think will be a defining moment for VeChain. That's when it's actually going to get worldwide marketing. Okay? Been talking about that partnership for a long time. Long time. Months and months and months and months and months. I don't bring it up all the time, but I brought it up, and to me this is a big deal. So 2020, watch out for VeChain in 2020. Okay? There's Ketchichi. Hey. Ketchichi says, hey, what's up with Zilliqa? Coin I like, Zill. What is going up with Zill? Let's look at BTC. Oh gosh, looks just like VeChain, doesn't it? Sucking wind. Why? Binance, in my opinion. Project strong. They're doing their thing. They're just going on their mainnet, right? Token launch. They can handle sharding with smart contracts, unlike Ethereum. They have a lot of hedge funds holding them. They have a good project. They try to keep people informed. You know, do your research. But yet the price is dumping. Okay, yet the price is dumping. Hey, they might not be on Binance USA. We'll see, right? We shall see. Anyway, I still like them. It's an interesting project. Look at that rapid dump. And yeah, this is because BTC went up. But still, it's like, come on. BTC hasn't been going up that long. So what's up with Zill? It's just in the pack with the rest, unfortunately. Okay? It's because this is not a free market. It is not a free market. Remember that, guys. That's what makes it fun, though, too. Do I blame Binance for exit scamming the alts? No. I think it's perfectly fine. They can do that. I do not have a problem with it. I do not have a problem with them making money off of you. I don't have a problem. I congratulate them for it, and I celebrate it. Because I'm a capitalist, guys, and I want to encourage other people being capitalists. Now, as far as them being not on the up and up about it and have different behavior and stuff like that, that's not so great. You know, that's not good. But then there's the flip side. When you're in a free market, that means, just remember a term, caveat emptor, which is a real estate term, means buyer beware. Buyer beware. Okay? So the responsibility is on you. That's one of the reasons why they have the restrictions on accredited investors. You have to be an accredited investor to go ahead and invest in things, because they figure that, hey, you have the mental acuity, that you've had the financial success to survive being scammed, and you have the experience to know when you're being scammed, and you can get in or out of it, whatever. But yet, so you're going in knowing you're taking a risk. I mean, full well knowing you're taking a risk, and are willing to do that. So sure, fine, you can do that. A lot of people in this particular crypto market are not there. And so they are being taken advantage of, and that's sad. But yet again, there's sharks in the water. And guys, I tell you, don't come in the water. Don't come in the water. Unless you're a shark too. And the people watching this channel are sharks. So hey guys. Hey, the Gal Travels. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Glad you got the notification. That's cool. Yeah, Imran says VeChain is a mess. Yeah, VeChain is a mess. So is a whole bunch of other alts. Okay, it's why I just explained. Keep an eye out for the good projects. Okay, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. So be a shark. There's a reason why I put this here. Sharkish. Be sharkish. Blood is coming in the water. People are getting eaten. That's when things get interesting. Okay? You look at TKY, the key. They're calling this thing a total dead. thing, and then people are just dumping all their coins and this and that. I've seen that in other coins, this and that, and that may be the case or not. I can't guarantee 100%. Oh yeah, they're a safe thing. No, I can't do that at all. But it's a risk. But yet there's blood in the streets on this thing, man. As there are many altcoins. But choose wisely. Choose wisely. Are you going to be a shark? Okay, so JC says VET's highest price ever was 0.018. Not so. It was almost 99 cents. Because if you take, it's close to $9. Take $9 divided by 100. Okay, that gives it to equivalent 1 to 100 split, right? So this is during the price of VEN, when it was VEN, VEN. It was close to $9. So 8.5 cents, 8 3/4, right around there, just at 9 cents or just below. Okay, that was its highest. Yeah, Andrew, it was a 100 split, not a 10. So it was like going from $1 to pennies. Okay. Will it eventually be named a security? I don't think so. Why? Because it is currently being used by corporations in a manner that is definitely a utility. Okay. It is being used to pay for transactions. The only way those transactions get generated are from is from VET, the coin. Okay, it's not a it's a utility coin, and they're going to be treating those differently. So I'll give it a 95% chance that it will not be deemed a security. 5% chance it could be, right? Or it could definitely be called a security, even when it's definitely not, just because that's what they want to do. Because they say so. And that is, So it doesn't matter what I say, it's what they say. We'll see what happens, but I doubt it. Whole bunch of others, though, you bet. So Gail says, I appreciate your insight. You are unique among the crypto YouTubers. Keep going, man. Hey, appreciate that, Gail. Appreciate it. Papa Doc, why isn't VeChain at more exchanges? It's on the one it needs to be on, and that's OceanX Pro. Okay, coming off of Binance could dump all of their VeChain. Okay, we could see that. Prepare for that. VeChain could go down into the 20 sat range, into the 10 sat range. Okay, be prepared for that. It will be a good thing, though. Think of it as a cleansing, a rebirth. What did VeChain call it? The phoenix, the rising from the ashes. That's where sharks live, man. They sleep on ashes. Michael Baker says, Binance holding good coins down while promoting their choice of new coins. No way, man. Really? Really? That can't be so. That can't be so. Binance coin. Number 7. Wow. Remember, it was way, way, way down here. It's bumping up its own coin, brother. I get what you mean. It's doing those terrible dumps and pumps, and it is just doing bait and switches. It's like I was covering, I was doing like 1 minute trades for fun with that Atom or whatever. And there was just a blatant pump and dump, pure manipulation. So what? Let's have some fun, right? Spend $2-3, whatever, just for fun. And lo and behold, yeah. Binance's main concern is increasing Binance Coin, none of the other coins. Okay? I definitely get what you mean. And how are they doing that? Well, one of the ways is from what you just said. Holding down other good coins or promoting their choice of new coins. And the new coins, in my opinion, are acts of desperation. Because the days of Ethereum are gone with the ICOs. Okay? That's why there's not going to be a huge altcoin. We already had the altcoin season, guys. We already had it. How'd you like that? How'd you like it? Did you like that altcoin season? Yeah, that was wonderful, wasn't it? Yeah, you got shoveled a spoonful of dirt. That was your altcoin season. Along with some pumps from the exchange-listed coins. Yeah. So Robert says DNVGL and Vechain may be doing something with Target. Yeah, they may be doing something with a lot of companies out there. Okay? Logistics is an important part of companies. How do they transport their goods? It's called logistics, man. But with Target, yeah, that's a rumor that's going on. We'll see what happens with that, but that would be an obvious choice. There's lots of other choices. You also got to keep in mind that companies like Target, like FedEx, like DHL, Walmart, these are companies that have their IT staff and they can create their own coin if need be. So it's like a cool thing or it's not a cool thing. But then you also got to keep in mind that really doing crypto isn't easy. Vechain made it real easy though to go onto their platform with the toolkit, right? The toolchain kit. Yeah. Maybe they were thinking of something there. Do some research on that. But yeah, if they're in talks with Target, I wouldn't doubt it. Vechain's a monster. DNVGL is the monster. So we'll see. That would be totally awesome. So Papa Doc wants to know, will Vechain ever be on Coinbase? Doubt it, because it basically has its own exchange, OceanX Pro. It's not, OceanX is their own thing, but it's like brother and sister, okay? So it could be considered a competitor. If it goes on Coinbase, I'd be highly surprised. And Coinbase listings aren't what they used to be. Okay? It's you're not going to get listed and then go up. You're not going to moon. All right? So those days are over. So if it gets listed, it'll get listed because, let's put it this way. It has a higher chance of getting listed like years after 2020 than it does from now to 2020, because Vechain will be gaining in popularity and people want to buy it, and there will be so much pressure on Coinbase to list it against its will that they won't have a choice. So eventually, yeah, I think it will be listed on Coinbase, but it will be against their will, even because it's a competitor. Or I think they'll see it as a competitor. OceanX is a competitor. I doubt they'll ever list OCE. They have way more of a chance of listing Vechain, right? Because it's not an exchange. All right. So we'll see. But the ties are so tight there between the two, and people know this. So we'll see. But yeah, I think it'll eventually one day be listed on Coinbase. If Coinbase matters at that time, we'll see. Yeah, and Apollo, it could do something. We'll see. We'll see. It's like all these other coins. If you like Apollo, great. And Papa Doc says, "Hey, you're Shark for Vechain. Right on. Yeah, blood in the streets. Yep, we're seeing blood in the streets right now. Sharks with lack of funding. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, so JB likes VET on Qcoin. Yeah, I like VET on Qcoin and Bitmart. Not familiar with Bitmart, but he says, hey, it's a good exchange. All right. So great. Anyway, best luck to you guys. Give me your thoughts on VTHO. Are you guys going to hold on to VTHO for like 10 years thinking it's going to go to $100, you know? That type of thing. I'm not talking about Vechain. I'm talking about VTHO. Are you a hodler? Are you going to sell it? Are you going to get more player? Are you going to get more OCE with it or Vechain? What are you going to do? Yeah, put it in the comments below. Anyway, that's about it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, get notified, and I'll catch you later.